Okay, hey, it is quite a bit later and I wanted to just kind of sit down and chat with you. I haven't done that in a long time since doing these vlogs, and it's really about health and wellness. If you follow me on Instagram, I actually started a new page, which I appreciate every single one of you that keep up with my ever-changing mind, but I really needed to hone down on what I wanted to, I guess, influence with my content creation. And I never really thought that this would take off or go anywhere. I thought I would get sick of this, but 6 years down the road, and I absolutely love what I do. I love the ability to be with my kids, and I love the ability to connect with every single one of you and share what I like to share. It just makes me feel comfortable and at peace. Of course, we have those negative Nellies every now and then, but I truly wanted to just sit down and thank you and kind of tell you what the future holds for the channel and I guess my life in general. As far as I'm concerned, I'm not really sure if I can plan it out or I guess talk about it in a confident way. I'm not sure what the future holds, but I have a general gist of it. So I'm here to share that with you. But I did start a new page. It's called Simple Roots Wellness. Roots because we are going right back to those roots. And of course, we love to garden and plant and do all of those things. And simple because I like to keep things pretty simple. I feel like that has been my best life approach, just to keep things simple. And wellness, because I talk about it every now and again, but wellness for your mental health and wellness for your physical self, just overall health and wellness. And I feel like that really encompasses Mountain Mama Living, but it also can branch off into a more individual style. So yes, that is the goal. I probably won't change the channel name here because we have mountains in Pennsylvania. People have been asking me that. I'm not sure. I wasn't planning on it. I think I'm just gonna keep it as is. So I'm super excited. So on the topic of wellness, I've talked about my journey in motherhood, my journey to heal, my journey to get my kids healed, and everywhere in between. So I've talked to you about things that have been working for me, and the number one thing, you're going, see, it's this tripod. Okay, hopefully that will stay for a little bit. Sometimes you get a little tilty on me, but anyways, some things that have been working for me, some things that I like to share about are making nourishing meals. Another one is really tuning into my body cues, what works for my kids, what works for us. That's super important. So I have been stressing to all of you to just really listen to your body and do what's best for you. So all the time I get, that's not going to work for me. And yeah, that's fine. Not everything is going to work, but it's not going to hurt to try. These are natural remedies. These are natural things that you can do that probably won't damage you unless you're on some crazy big pharma concoction, but that's besides the point. Another thing I've been doing is really moving my body. I do not lift hard or anything. I just take daily walks. I play with the kids. I garden, and I just really try and get out there. There was a few months there where I just couldn't get off the couch. I was frozen in my thoughts. I didn't know what to do, and it got me sad because I wasn't able to get out in the sun and just get that extra dopamine and serotonin. We are taught to fear the sun, and it has so many incredible healing benefits. So if you're not going out in the sun, please try that out. That's number one on my list. And then some other things that I've been doing is grounding. That's just going out and going barefoot in the grass or the dirt, whatever you have available to you. And I've been trying to get first light. So whenever I wake up, I don't use my phone for at least 2 to 3 hours. And I just go outside and try and stay in that sun. If I'm up in time, I have a very busy baby at night. So I try my best, but generally I try and get first and last light. So going outside. And what really helps me is the garden during this season. So I just water it in the morning and at night, and that's easy for me, but I understand a lot of you are busy. So I do try and keep those things in mind, and I try and give you ways to naturally heal in a free way because I'm all about things on a budget. I always joke I'm the cheapest person and I feel like everyone should have the ability to heal, but it's hard in our society. And a lot of the times I say you can heal by eating nourishing meals, and that's not always the case, especially with the way our food system is set up. So you can eat the best, cleanest, organic diet out there, but it's really not going to be enough. And I have come to terms with that. That's been hard for me. So that led me down to supplements. And I've been taking supplements since I was a teenager. My mom was into supplements, and it was helpful for me to grow up that way, to see what helped my body and, what worked for us. I wanted to write some things down so I don't miss any points. I've been wanting to have this chat with you for a while, but another reason why I share about what I do is because it's empowering. It's empowering to be able to have an ailment or see my child have a sickness, and then being able to have the knowledge to heal that at home and grow the things in the garden we need to heal that at home, and not depending on those big entities that really don't have our best interest at heart. I always say there are so many good people in these roles. Unfortunately, our health in the United States is controlled by something bigger, and I always say to follow the money. So, over the past few years, I've been sharing about this, and it got very political on my channel, but something that we all have in common is our health. And we sit here and argue with one another and say whose side is better and what side is going to work for our country. But at the end of the day, there is just one person, not one, but one entity that's really controlling us and dividing us. And I've been trying so hard to, pick a side, but at the same time, I just want to stay neutral, but also stand up for myself. So this is why I really started sharing about this kind of thing in my own way. I always joke that I'm pretty passive, so whenever I get kickback or negative energy just thrown my way, it really throws me for a loop, because truly deep down in my heart, I know I'm just trying to help, and I feel like people perceive that in the wrong way. It's very hard for me to hear people's thoughts about me, when I know that my intentions are always kind. I know a lot of you are empaths like me, so you kind of get what I'm saying, but when it comes to wellness, it is a journey, and I have found some things that work for me. So I do share those free things, but I also do take supplements, and the supplement world is very corrupt in itself, but I am very choosy about what I take. So I started taking supplements, like I said, when I was a teenager, and I found what worked for me and the companies that I could gravitate towards. Oh, you're tilted again. Oh my gosh. The companies that I gravitate towards are going to be budget friendly, and they're going to test for all the crazy things out there, heavy metals, any glyphosate. There's a number of pesticides that are causing a lot of harm in our society, but that's the big one. That's the big trigger word. I try and get non-GMO. I try and get organic. I try and look into the company's ethics, and I like to see, what they're working with, where they're sourcing their ingredients. Are the people on those farms being treated right? And, I found that in the supplements that I've been taking, I take it from a few different companies, and I take that in addition to my nourishing meals. And, I am pretty clean when it comes to pharmaceuticals. I think I had Tylenol, maybe a year and a half ago, and that was the closest thing. So I talk about, big pharma a lot, and I'm probably going to get flagged for even saying the word, but I feel like we are all under some sort of hypnosis. Not all of us, there are a few that have done, a deep dive into it, and you have to do what works for your family. But part of the reason I started all this was, of course, to heal myself naturally. But after my daughter was ill, if you're new here, she was diagnosed with Guillain-Barré when she was 1 year old. We were diagnosed in Pennsylvania. It was the only case that age, and also in Colorado when we transferred her out here. And, I've never fully gone into her story. It's very emotional for me still. But, she has lifelong damage from that, and I know what caused it. And I just decided to go into a deeper, rabbit hole and kind of stay down there and do some more research. So after, the big shutdowns, I really decided that it was okay to lose friends over this. It was okay to lose family over this. If I truly know that I am helping my family and helping others, then I'm okay to speak on it. I feel like a lot of people will do what works for them, but when it comes to our health and wellness, it is so important to do your own research. And I say that a lot, but some people just will Google whatever I'm saying, and they'll say the first or second article well, so-and-so said that that's wrong. And you can believe that, but if you're looking at fact-checked articles, that is a big issue in itself. And if you're looking to forums and I guess those internet articles that are really driven by one thing, and it's usually money, then you're probably not getting the proper information. So doing your own research can only go so far. But I hopped on here basically to tell you that I have been on this healing journey. I've stuck pretty regimented with what I've been taking, and I just wanted to share it with you. So if you have any questions about what I'm about to tell you, just let me know. And I will say what I stocked up on this month is something that is going to last me. So Perfect Supplements. I talk about them a lot. If you get 3 of their products, you can bundle it and then you can use the code Tori10 and you get 10% off of that. So from Perfect Supplements, I get the beef liver, and that has been my multivitamin, and I took that all through my pregnancy and I took it postpartum, and wow, it has been phenomenal. There's a lot of talk about copper levels out there and how that can be toxic, and I'm gonna have to say, you'll have to do your own research. I feel pretty confident taking it as my multivitamin. You have to source your beef liver in a great way. I personally can't eat it, it's just not really my thing, but I know others can, so I choose to supplement it. I take that with a glass of water with a little bit of orange juice or lemon juice, and then go throughout my day. I usually take it on an empty stomach, and then I eat breakfast. And the great thing about this beef liver is it's under $25 and it lasts me right around 3 months. So that's a good one. If you're taking a multivitamin, I would suggest really looking into those ingredients. If you're just taking a generic one from whatever, Walmart, CVS, Target, I would really appreciate if you looked at those ingredients to see if those sources are synthetic or not. And that is key when it comes to supplements, because if you think you're doing your body good by taking those supplements and spending an arm and a leg on synthetic sources, then you have another thing coming. You are going to cause some long-term damage. So the quality of supplements really matter. And again, I've really looked far and wide for what is going to work for myself. And that is why I share about the supplements that I take. So I take beef liver. I also take chlorella, and that is something that helps with detoxing parasites in a safe way while you're breastfeeding. And that's a big one for me. That also helps with heavy metal detoxes. So I take 2 of those a day. I take mushroom immunity. So that is reishi mushroom, chaga mushroom, and turkey tail. And that is a powerhouse for my immune system. They call it nature's Dayquil. So it's very helpful during allergy season, but it's also helpful throughout the year. My kids also take mushroom immunity, and it really helps with their cough and just their immune system in general. I will say we don't do daycare, and oftentimes we are outside. I'd say 95% of our day is spent outside. We do go in stores. We are, just a regular family, but I do think that those 2 things contribute to their strong immune systems as well. And then I also take type 2 collagen, which is very different from regular collagen, and that helps with joint health. I had said on the other channel that I have early onset arthritis in one of my knees. I'm not sure what else on my body. I'm just waiting to hear about it. And, I've been told to take it easy, which is what I try and do, but at the same time, I like to stay busy. So type 2 collagen is really helpful, and that's pretty inexpensive. So I will have my link down in the description box. You can check out all of Perfect Supplements and what they have to offer. This is not sponsored. I buy my own supplements from this company, but if you do use my code, you get a percentage off. So oftentimes if I'm sharing about a product, you might see something like paid sponsorship. That's when companies send influencers things or content creators. I don't really consider myself any of those things, but I have been pretty selective over the years of what I, want to share with everybody, and it's been a challenging road because sometimes I am told something about a product or a company and it's actually not true, and it's unfortunate. But with these supplement companies that I rep now, I have met some of the people that work for the company. I have seen their practices, and I have seen where they source from, and I've seen results, which is the biggest thing. I have been on this wellness journey for a while, and I've tried everything under the sun, and I can truly say that I am thriving currently. I have never felt this good, so that is why I decided to stop and share now. And then the second group of supplements that I do take are from Omari, and I know you hear me talk about them pretty often. And again, I'm an affiliate for Amari. There are multiple tiers that you could be in Amari, but I am just an affiliate, just like Perfect Supplements. I buy and use their product and then they share about it. I can give you a percentage off and then I get a commission. It's great. You don't have to have a huge following. You can just be a customer, which is super important. And I like to share that with people just in case they want to start sharing with friends and family. I know many people that use Amari's product and they are not on social media at all, and they are making enough in commission to pay for the product. So I kind of wanted to go over what I purchased from them, and they are actually having a 2-day sale. So if you wanted to get 20% off, you can use that, and you can also use 10% off if you subscribe and save, and you can also use my code and get an extra $10 off. So it's bringing your price way down, and it's just overall great company. I have really made it my goal these last couple of months to share these products with people because it is such a new company. I mean, it has been around for a little bit, but not too long, and not a lot of people know about it. And I have seen so many incredible results. The reorder rate is top notch. It's like over 95% or something like that. It's super awesome that everybody has been loving these products, and I have seen such a difference. So I talk about happy juice a lot, and people get really cringy when I say happy juice. So I call it a mom mocktail, but what it really is a 3-strain probiotic drink. So if you're taking probiotics, this is what I did. I was taking probiotics, I finished up my dose, and I switched over to happy juice, and I've never felt better. Again, this company, tests for heavy metals, glyphosate, it's non-GMO, it's organic, they source well. Most operations are in the US, but they do source a lot of ingredients from South America just because, it's hard to grow tropical herbs and flowers in our climate. It's possible, but in the long run, if you are testing for all of those things and you are organic and non-GMO and you are a small private owned company, then it gets pricey. So of course they do need to source, but it's really awesome because, I can chat with the doctors that have developed this. I can chat with the biologists, and they are super transparent, which I have never seen in a company before. So this is my monthly order this month, and I got the Kids Mood, and this is all natural mood support. So there's saffron in here. If you know, saffron's a little tricky to grow and it's very expensive. So that is why I get one of these. This pack right here is $35, so you really can't beat it. And it lasts us for 2 months. It could last you for 30 days if you took the whole stick, but I just make mine last for 2 months. And both of my kids really enjoy this. There's also rosemary in it, but it's incredible mood support for kids and it's helpful for busy minds. So I was a teacher. Saw a lot of kids come in, specifically young boys, have a lot of energy. And I can never tell anyone's personal story, but I can tell you as a teacher, I saw a lot of kids were diagnosed with something. A lot of kids weren't able to handle it and focus. A lot of parents and teachers weren't able to handle it, and they were put on a pharmaceutical and then their personality was gone. They would come to class focused, but they weren't the same kid, and it was really sad to see. And I knew in my heart if I ever had a son, I would never do that to them. And it's not specific to boys, but I feel like you see it a lot in rowdy boys. And I knew a lot of kids in high school, middle school that were prescribed to specific drugs. And if you do some Googling, some research, then you probably know what I'm talking about. Maybe you are on some of them, maybe your children, and I'm not here to shame you. It works for some, but if there's a natural option, of course, I'm going to talk about it. But yes, Kids Mood is awesome, and we absolutely love it. It's a killer deal too. I mean, $35 with the 20% off plus my 10 and then a 10% off. I mean, you can't beat it. So if you were looking to try it out, I would definitely try it. And the great thing about these products are they have a 90-day guarantee, and people ask about the 90 days. Usually supplements take about 3 months for them to actually hit their potential in your body. I personally saw results after a month, and about 97% of people do. But for that 3 months, you need to make sure you're doing all the things. These aren't magic supplements supplements, they're not going to change your life overnight. They have personally changed mine. A lot of people say that's dramatic, but you know, they have, and they've been phenomenal. But I was consistent and I showed up every day, and that's what we need to keep in mind. Consistency is key, and I know it can be discouraging doing something time after time and not getting an immediate result, but that's part of our fast society. They want us to be like that. So I kept that in the back of my mind. I try and live slow and simple, and you know, your results will come in if you just stay focused, positive, and consistent. So I feel like that's important. But also, if something isn't working, you know, I don't want you to waste a ton of money on a product, although I know in my heart it will help just about everyone. So another one that I have been loving is the Mood Plus, and this one is probably my favorite product of Amari. There's a ton of great ingredients in there, but magnolia bark is one of them. And as a postpartum mother with anxiety, every doctor that I have spoken to has really offered nothing but a big pharmaceutical. They make a ton of money off of this drug, and I know some of you have tried it. You've told me your personal story. I have, and it's discouraging, and it really didn't help me in the way that I needed it to. I wanted to thrive in motherhood. Of course, parenting is a challenge in itself, but man, I just wanted to be happy and enjoy the moments, and I couldn't do that on this little pill that they prescribe. So this is Nature's Mood Plus. Is Nature's little pill, and it's all natural, and that's exactly what I wanted. So if you're anything like me and you were struggling with motherhood, this may be a good idea. I have been postpartum for a year now. My little one is 1 year old, and we have been breastfeeding. So I will say there is a disclaimer that it may change the taste of your breast milk just because of some ingredients in there. There's Relora, and there's also Tulsi leaf, and these are patented ingredients, which is great. I had the opportunity to have a family member check these out in a more scientific way, and I'm so happy to know that these items are clean. So that's, you know, some general peace of mind. But if you're looking into a product that will help with your mood, if you're looking into a product that may help with anxiety, depression, anxious mind, overwhelming thoughts, overstimulation, Mood Plus is your go-to. Then one last product that I haven't really chatted with a lot of people about, it is the most popular Amari product, and that is GBX Fit. So this is a weight loss supplement, and I don't know if I'm necessarily the best person to ask about weight loss because I am postpartum, so I'm trying to get, you know, my body back to itself, and I am pretty good with moving my body, like I've said, but GBX Fit really helps. I personally have lost 21 pounds while on GBX Fit and Happy Juice combined, but again, I'm postpartum, so my body's kind of going back to what it was. But I have friends that have tried GBX Fit and GBX Burn combined, and it really just kickstarted their weight loss. They do call it Nature's Ozempic, and that is a big word for people right now. And I really think a lot of you should look into Ozempic and semaglutide and the ties it has, especially for females. So I, you know, am not going to sit here and say medication and things that assist with people's health and confidence is the wrong way to go. You know, I'm just talking from my personal experience with research into that product and some things that I have been seeing. I also know that it's very expensive, so this would be a good alternative. It's natural and budget friendly. But of course, I talk about Happy Juice a lot, and that's my kind of last but not least item here. And Happy Juice, a lot of people ask me, why am I getting 3 products if I just want Happy Juice? So Happy Juice is 3 items put together, and the first one is going to be Edge, and this is mood, motivation, and metabolism. I get the grape flavor. I really enjoy it. There are 3 flavors of Happy Juice technically, and that is grape edge, watermelon edge, or mango. And mango has 100 milligrams of caffeine, but it also has citicoline and lion's mane. So if you are experiencing any squirrely brain thoughts, any ADHD tendencies, I would suggest trying out mango. A lot of us are conditioned to think that caffeine is not good for us in large amounts, and depending on where you're sourcing it, yes, it's probably not the best for us, but this has natural caffeine and it's just incredible. So I encourage you to check out mango if you have not already. It's also the cheapest Happy happy juice because it's only 2 ingredients. And then the other flavor is watermelon, which is refreshing and great, but I am a grape girl through and through. So grape edge is what I get. And then for my energy, I get the dragon fruit, and that is caffeine free. And it looks just like this. It has some chicory root in there, New Zealand pine, and I'm looking, yeah, it is the Asian apple and French grape. So if you know those two, you know that it's a powerhouse for energy, and it's just been really helpful. Sometimes I take the energy throughout the day, like I'll take half of it in my happy juice and then the other half later, but I really enjoy it. And a lot of people ask, you know, is it sugar free? Yes, it is. This one is sweetened with monk fruit, so not too bad. And then the main part of happy juice is mentobiotics, and this is what is going to be healing your gut. So this is raspberry hibiscus. This is the new flavor. And if you didn't know, your gut and your brain are connected. I say that often, but there's always new people. And when you heal your gut, you heal a lot of your ailments, and that's what I needed to hear. And that's what I needed to find, a good quality 3-strain probiotic blend that would help me heal, because I was craving that serotonin and dopamine and I couldn't get to it. My body was inflamed, it was anxious, and it just was not thriving. And I can confidently say that this has done wonders for me. So I know I've talked a lot on this video about these supplements, but they mean a lot to me, and they're having a sale. So I always try and get to you before the sale starts. And I know a lot of you were interested, so that's why I kind of stopped on to talk about this today. But if you do have any questions about wellness, I do have to say I am not a doctor, but I can talk you through some things that have really helped me and what I have done in my wellness journey to naturally heal. But a lot of us are afraid to naturally heal, and it has really changed my life. So yes, I'm going to end the vlog here. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for sitting down and chit-chatting with me. I definitely want to start doing a little bit more sit downs, because I am go throughout the day, and sometimes it's hard to grab my camera. So stay tuned. Let me know what you want to see in the comments down below. If you need any links, just look in the description box or ask me in the comments, or feel free to email me and I can send them to you that way. And if you need more information about anything that I'm doing, just let me know. If you're new here, I would love it if you hit the subscribe button. Stay adventurous, stay creative. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye, y'all.